don't know how long you've been a Christian, but I wonder how it's been going for you. In Ephesians, Paul says that we as Christians are supposed to be maturing and growing until we become like the fullness of Christ. That's a pretty high bar, isn't it? I wonder if that's your experience. Over the last year, do you think that you've been growing as a Christian? What about the last 5 years? What about the last 10? The Christian life is meant to be one of constant transformation, to becoming more and more like Jesus. But it's easy to stagnate, isn't it? We can easily just spin our wheels in the Christian life. But what we really need are friends who love us enough to pull us out of the mud by encouraging and comforting us when life is hard and challenging us and reminding us of the truth. That's what our small groups at St. John's are for. Small groups are groups of people at the church who meet together regularly to study the Bible, to pray together, and to encourage each other to follow God's way in everyday life, to become more and more like Jesus. Here are a few members of St. John's telling us a little bit about why they go to a small group.
Well, I think it's a great chance to get to know other Christians, to spend time together, to share the Bible, and to pray for one another. It's really hard to get to know others on a Sunday morning, especially at the moment, and a home group is a safe space to ask others about what they believe.
I mean, I've gone to various home groups over the last 20 years, and I've found that I've been able to get insight into the Bible a lot more because you're able to interact with other people, you're able to discuss all these sorts of things, and you just learn just so much more.
I like being in the small group because I find it easy to be part of a small group rather than in a big group, because sometimes being in a big group, it can be quite difficult to have your say on the Bible. So if you've read something, or you've got any thoughts or comments about it, or you've read a particular passage, or you might be unsure of something, you didn't understand it, or you might have a question about it.
It's the support factor of it. That when you have sort of difficulties, you've got a group of people that you can discuss things with, and as you become more and more part of a home group, you feel more confident to share more and more things. You feel really that you're in a safe space.
How have I benefited? Well, the last year has been quite tough and challenging, and really having others pray for us and support us, well, that's just been amazing.
I find it easy to have my say on the Bible passage that we are looking at. And I also find it easy to ask any questions that I might have about it, or if I'm not sure on something. It's also a good way to socialise. I have a good natter with some friends, a bit of a cup of tea and a cake, and a bit like a book club for the Bible. I think it's brilliant.
One thing I would say, I think it's important to find a home group that suits you. If you go to a home group and you find that it's not quite right for you, then go to another home group. But once you've found one, I think, that really suits you, I think it really enhances your Christian journey tremendously.
If you'd like to go along to a small group, then have a chat with anyone at church who already goes to one, or come and have a chat with me or Mark, or email into the church office and we can help you find a group that meets in your area.